Shit, not yet. Now we lie.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Consciously. Y'all know who I'm with.
It's your girl Toya G.
It's your boy, the political plug, Damo. We in here, end of the
We in
year.
here, man. End of the year. I know y'all ain't seen us in a minute, man. We gonna end out this 2019 on a big thing. But hey, check this out. In 2020, we coming on in a big wave and big ways. So let us know, you feel me, what y'all want better from us. We open to all constructive criticisms. You feel me? How
Real.
y'all been?
Hey, Lee, catch your mic and make sure that rub it up against your hair.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
We gonna hear that shit all night.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but man, what's cracking? It's good to be in the presence of my peoples. You feel me? We've been on and off. It's been a hectic. The end of the year is always hectic for everybody. You feel me? You got
Definitely.
word, debate tournaments, all of the type of shit that's going on along the way. But yeah, man, we in this thing. I feel like we got a lot to get off our chest
A little bit.
before we call it a 2019. You
Hopefully,
feel me?
we definitely want y'all to be talking to us. Go ahead and jump in and chime in. I definitely got some community conversation. What's up, Dr. Nancy? I know you're gonna let us know how you feel real quick.
Right.
You one of our
What's going on, Dr. Dancy? I'm
I'm
trying to
definitely
click
gonna
in
say
on
something to
Facebook.
piss
Trying to see I'm
Dr.
clicking
Dancy off
in,
too.
man.
But I'm sure. But hey, it's always a good time.
What's up,
So
Dr. D?
yeah,
Hey,
what's
Dr. Dancy, too. Hey, Dr. Dancy, man, you figure out a way to get your boy to Pittsburgh, man. Real talk.
hey George, actually it's that came across my desk is it's a lot of opportunities in a lot of places. And if you look around, you got places like BuzzFeed, Google, you know what I'm saying, other organizations that's offering opportunities for podcasts, you know what I'm saying, writers, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. It's fellowships and all of that type of shit that's going on. So we're gonna be looking for some big opportunities come 2020. So y'all gonna be looking forward to seeing the chop up grow. You know what I mean? Yeah, because it's I felt like 2019, like we had a lot of consistency.
mm-hmm.
We was on this thing. We was on this thing. And so 2020, I'm definitely looking forward to taking everything up a notch. You
Most
know what I mean?
definitely.
We had a
And
lot of
man, so
technical
wait, let me.
difficulties. We,
And
all
let
the
me go grab him a laptop right now.
yeah. Uh, but yeah, we tonight we gonna reminisce on, you know what I'm saying, the getting the new mics. You feel me? That process, cameras, the setup, all of it, as well as other interesting things that we're gonna be moving forward with. So whenever y'all ready, we can go ahead and get the snapshot cracking
I'm ready to
because
go.
it's
Let me share it first before we get Snapchat going
go ahead.
on my actual page because for some reason Faith computer was making me trying to authenticate some stuff. So I ain't got time.
Right. What's going on with you though, Toya?
Hey, today was my last day of teaching anything, and I'm
Hey,
still got a couple things to grade, still got a couple things to submit, but we good. The coast is clear. I can stop going to work for at least a minute, at least till the beginning of January. So I'm satisfied. Thank
man.
y'all for hanging in. If y'all still sitting up in here, we getting it set up and situated real quick. I
I
think
know how things go.
I
I
want to
know
hear
how
from
things
y'all.
go.
Here's what I want to hear from y'all. We about to get into a conversation about what we want to leave in 2019. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to think about fashion trends. I want y'all to think about these pop culture trends and what niggas is just doing or not doing.
J. Cole's middle child goes quadruple platinum. FYI.
Of course, that's your hot news of the day.
Had to let it be known. Quadruple platinum.
Leaving behind in music, what we leaving behind in movies, what we leaving behind in politics. You know what I'm saying? What can stay here? What does not need to go with us to 2020? And then also, let's shout out some good stuff. Is there anything that we started to see pop up and materialize here lately that we want to see make it to the new decade? You know what I'm saying? So that's the conversation I want y'all to be thinking. I want y'all in the comments. We're gonna toss around some stuff like that, and we're just gonna kind of come up with our little last list, if you will. We ain't gonna make it too long, crazy, but a nice little closing conversation about what we can take and what we can leave. You know what I'm saying? We can call it take it or leave. You know what I'm saying?
Take it
Hey,
leave.
and Dr.
Take
Dancy,
it
if
leave.
you have an ally in anyone in your anti Kanye West Ministries crusade,
Hey, Dr.
you
Dancy,
have
I'm
an
looking for it.
ally in I, sir.
Yes.
But we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that.
Yeah.
So now that we got everything shared and all of that, we're gonna go ahead and get into this snap chop. Here we are going into 2019, and the last chop up Snapchat for 2019 is going to be a political chop. And you know we can't start the show out without talking about
make it a snap.
IMPEACHMENT. Do you know what that means?
Impeachment and removal. It's the difference.
Yes.
Impeachment and removal.
We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that real quick. So just to lay the framework, just so we are operating from a level of understanding, the House of Representatives, which is the lower house in the United States Congress, has voted to impeach the president on 2 separate articles. First article being was that misuse of power? That's the second article. Yeah, abuse of power.
Abuse of power.
The first article of impeachment is abuse of power, where he's being accused of misusing his office to utilize Ukraine to target politically one of his opponents, that being Joe Biden, and attempting to interject themselves or interject some false narrative around Joe Biden into the 2020 presidential election.
Impeachment.
And then the second articles come out of Donald Trump attempting to dismiss every attempt for Congress to find out about that shit. So
regular shit.
Facts. So yeah, the nigga got impeached. What was y'all before we get into the clarification that's sorely needed on YouTube, everywhere.
It's a Snapchat political plug. Damo.
Yeah, but I just want to get y'all quick thoughts. I mean, I'm trying to be nice.
Hey man, just listen, man. You know me. I'm gonna throw my little country slang up in there real quick. Listen, man. My grandpa used to always say, Lil George, you can't never let nobody piss on your hand.
Yeah.
and tell you it's rain. And I told you then the impeachment inquiry conversation is that it's a process, not an action. And I told you that part of that process, and you told me, and you gonna agree, and Toya, you know, and everybody know the process. That know the process know. For all y'all that celebrating the piss on y'all leg.
Nigga, I said quick.
That's it. It ain't gonna happen. No removal. It's a difference.
All right, we're gonna get to that next. Toya.
I'm more now interested to see what's gonna happen and results of it for the 2020 election, because we know he's not getting removed, and I am fearful because of shit like the debate tonight. Just the ability for any Democrat to go in there and be competitive, that they can truly like supplant him later. Because here's the thing, he can run for president. He basically has to be barred and banned from, I forget which person in which position, from running again. But an impeachment does not necessarily disqualify him from running in the next election, right? So if he he can win again, as we've seen the first time around, which is what I'm really concerned about. And
right.
Like if he was if he were removed from office, it would make it highly unlikely he would be laughably a candidate. He would be wasting his time. But he could still, even in that world run, he would have to be banned from being able to be a part of the candidacy or whatever. So it's gonna be interesting to see, but we just gonna have to wait till 2020 because ain't nothing finna happen in January. Like later on 2020 for the election.
Okay, and so as a part of what y'all both was talking about, the clarification that's sorely needed in understanding this process is that impeachment is a 2-step process. Right, you have the impeachment process where the House of Representatives draft up the articles of essentially what the president is being accused of, and the House votes whether to actually impeach the president. The second part of the process is the trial portion of the process, where the senators in the Senate operate as the jury and kind of as the judges and kind of as the attorneys. So it's a weird relationship because they pretty much they the court. The Senate is the court. They all vote. And
the Senate is what?
You said what? The Senate is the upper house in Congress. And it's 2 senators per state.
Full of Republicans.
Yeah, that's what
It actually has a Republican majority, and Mitch McConnell is the majority leader. So pretty much, Mitch
And what
McConnell
was
is running.
and has Mitch McConnell said anything specifically about the
Mitch
removal of
McConnell has
Trump?
specifically said that they will not convict the president. They will make this a quick trial where it will be easily
Well,
dismissed because there's not a single Republican right now, or I think there may be one. Outside of maybe one Republican, they all like, nah, we will not vote to convict the president. So
it's not.
hold on, but the story is not over. So Donald Trump has been impeached. That's gonna be a part of his legacy forever, right?
Yeah,
Just like Bill Clinton, he was impeached. He is an impeached president. But right now, since Nancy Pelosi is saying, since we won't get a fair trial in the Senate, we not gonna send the articles of impeachment over there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like some stalemate shit to where, all right, Nancy Pelosi saying we're not gonna send you the articles, so you impeached. That's it, you impeached. But you won't be able to say that you've been vindicated. If the people don't get the real trial, you're not gonna get a trial at all.
Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna be that. You know what I'm saying? The election gonna decide it.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to see how that shit play out. So because it's far from over at this point.
A quick thing though, I seen a meme. It said that
you keep that meme.
Bill Clinton. Oh yeah, he said that Bill Clinton got impeached for getting the blowjob, and Donald Trump is getting the blowjob while getting the impeachment from his supporters now. and for some reason, it just tickled me. It just tickled me. You know?
Yeah, man, because it's crazy the shit they let him get away with. But you know, again, Nancy Pelosi, she like, hey, you got me fucked up. She kind of showing, you know what I'm saying, how she got a little skill and wit about herself. Like she controlling how this shit play out. So it's like it's a lose-lose. You know what I'm saying? The Democrats, like it's like, you know, you the worst team in the NFL, but maybe you can beat the Patriots to where they don't have a perfect season. That's kind of the situation they in with the impeachment shit. But you know, it's gonna be interesting.
It's not happening, man.
It's gonna be interesting to see how that shit play out.
You heard it here. You heard it here on the Chop Up. You feel me? Tell a friend. You heard it on the Chop Up that the impeachment is a process, and it's only one part of the removal, and the other part ain't happening. It's been a real ass Snapchat.
But he has been impeached.
Snapchat.
Donald Trump has been impeached. He is a impeached president. Now whether or not he gonna remain in office is another question.
30 to 45, 42 other people were able to keep their shit together for long enough to get in.
Right.
But look at it. It's bad.
Right. I'm be real with y'all though. I feel like for my last thing I'm gonna say on this Snapchat. Me talking to people I've been talking to a lot of people lately, recently, and I've come to the conclusion it's gonna be seen as a partial victory that if he not convicted or nothing, if he not removed.
Mm. But how when it's so obvious why? Like but
that's what I'm saying though. If they don't get if they don't get the trial, then how is it a victory? You feel me? Because they saying like the reason why we not sending this shit over is because it's not you're not gonna hear all the facts.
I'm just gonna just think about it like this on some hood shit. Repeat what you just said. If he don't get a what?
He ain't gonna get the trial.
On some hood shit.
Yeah.
Is that not a celebration?
Nah, that's not a celebration because you impeached. I mean, the thing is, it's like, all right, you still considered a felon. You feel me?
No.
So it's like
on some hood shit. Yeah, hey, to all 6 of y'all in here right now, and to everybody that's gonna be watching this in the morning and next week. Listen, y'all know on some hood shit when there's no trial, that is a celebration, man.
Yeah.
Nah, but you know what? And this is where you're wrong though. It will be a trial. It's an election. That's gonna be the trial. Because at the end of the day, the question is, people gonna spin it as if you're gonna be like the Democrats that's been trying to erase this cities, keep on doing this. They're trying to take our country, this, that, and the other. But at the same time, you acting like it's gonna be 30% of the population that's gonna say that for sure. It's gonna be at least 30%, 30 to 40%, because that's the 30 to 40 he always able to keep. You feel me?
Okay.
It's the other 60% that's like, all right, look at the facts. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas ain't just gonna be like, oh well, just because and you gotta remember you in Oklahoma, so whoever you've been talking to,
Hey, I'm
nigga,
about to
that's
say living in
suspect.
Oklahoma. You
You
feel
know what I'm
me?
saying?
And
But you gotta look at it like, all right,
shout
at
out
the
to
end of the
everybody in
day,
Texas.
at the end of the day, you feel me? If niggas can expose Mitch McConnell, if niggas can expose Lindsey Graham, if niggas can really get in their ass like that, then it's not gonna be it's not gonna be as easy as niggas expect. That's what I'm saying. Niggas gotta lose that kind of defeatist attitude about the whole shit and actually look at what you know what I'm saying. Because you got an opportunity to be able to push a different narrative and be like, nah, even if he don't get impeached, he deserved to be impeached. You
Yeah.
feel me? Just because crooked motherfuckers won't do their job, that don't mean that you know what I'm saying the people that's supposed to do their job don't do their job. Because you got to look at they had multiple, and we're gonna move on. We're gonna get into the end of the year shit. But they had multiple opportunities to impeach this nigga on a bunch of different things. They had the Russian investigation. They had the emoluments clauses. You know what I'm saying? They had the shit with Michael Cohen and Stormy Daniels. It's multiple shit. He should have been impeached though. You feel me? But they was like, nah, we ain't gonna push that button too quick. The nigga forced their hand on the shit. You feel me? So, you know, that's where we at with that. But we're gonna see that it's gonna be interesting to see how that play out. But let's go ahead and get into this end of the year show. Toya, go ahead, bring it in.
It's been a snap.
We gonna call it the I don't even know what we gonna call it, the reality chop. Sure. Because in reality, there's some shit that needs to stay in 2019 and some things that need to go.
Bada boom, bada bing. Some things need to stay in 2019.
We'll get to what in a minute, but right now, we're finna go ahead and make this list up and get this running in terms of what need to stay. So, a couple different segments, couple different directions. Let's talk fashion wise, and I want y'all in the comments to talking to me. What trends do you feel like is out here that they could probably stay in 2019?
Trends that could stay in 2019. You know
on.
what? You know, I mean, I don't know how. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know how George feel about this. And tell me the trends that can stay.
What you got? What you got?
Damo, what you got, Damo? Come on, drop it down, man. Stop playing with us. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, because I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like,
say what you trying to say.
Living in LA, it's wild what niggas wear out here, bro. Like it's wild what's acceptable. So, oh man,
well, why you got it?
Come on,
I'll pass. I'll pass.
Okay.
I'll pass. I'll pass. That's a tough one for me.
My choice is like, and maybe I don't know. It's the people. Okay, I do know what I'm trying to say. Niggas that try to squeeze into small designer shit, like really, and I feel bad because I sympathize with niggas who are like, the fashion industry is actually very discriminatory toward big men because a lot of, designer labels don't really make big clothes, but y'all try to squeeze into these really small t-shirts because they are these really it's just this trend of designer by any means necessary, and it's also the everything gotta. I don't know.
So we hold on. So we talk about what can go. If we talk about what can go,
I we leaving in 2019.
Leaving in 2019. Okay.
I don't know. It's just this. It's this.
You know. You know what we leaving in 2019?
Really small t-shirts.
Really small t-shirts.
And I don't know. I don't want to and what the young people call the drip. I'm here
the
for
drip,
and to have a little myself, but it's just like I think designer by any means. Maybe that's really what I'm trying to say. That designer by any means attitude and culture that
gotta go
right now. Like I'm good on it. Like
gotta go.
Like you don't even look right.
Man. Them
you
ugly,
know what?
Them ugly Balenciaga granddad shoes. Keep it. You feel me? Them big old 800 ibuprofen shea feelers. Keep them.
Yeah, hey, but you know what? Speaking of them shoes, niggas wearing skinny high water skinny slacks and no socks with loafers. Leave
Man,
that shit in 2019.
no, actually, no, that's cool to me. That's cool to me. I can take that.
Nah, leave that shit in
rock
2019, man.
rock
Wear
that.
your pants like a motherfucking adult, nigga. The
I
fuck
rock
you got
that.
high water skinny jeans on for, nigga? High water skin and then ashy ankles. Cover that shit up, nigga. Put on some socks. Get some socks to match your tie, match your shirt.
I like it, the ankle piece. I don't
No, niggas ankle game is on whack. Nigga, leave that shit.
exactly.
Hey, bro, your ankle game should not be competing. You know what I'm saying with
I
the
feel like
ladies
that.
out
I feel
there.
like whatever, man.
Cover your shit up.
Stop.
Hey,
Cover
all that
your
means
shit
is
up.
Damo used to his ankles always being rusty. So he felt like he always got to cover his up. And I guess people that know me like, George, you got a lot of nerve because you always ashy. But listen, that ain't the point because I show my ankles even if they ashy.
Hey, you know, I know that's a George outfit. I know that's a George outfit with some snakeskin loafers, some snakeskin penny loafers. Leave that shit in 2019, George.
I also, you know, I think we've gone and you know we in a retro fashion phase and everybody's wearing the.
What's good, Deja?
I like it. I like it a lot. You can keep them feelers though. You can keep them.
Oh, yeah.
Keep the feelers in 1999, nigga. Fuck 2019.
Hey, I'm keeping it right. You see me in a pair of K Swiss before you see me in a pair of feelers.
I throw some Squeezies on in a heartbeat. I actually bought some a couple years ago.
You see me in a pair of K Swiss before you see me in a pair of feelers.
But you can keep the feelers, yo.
That's crazy.
Wish I got anything else I want to ask.
You know what? Hey, you know what you could keep in 20? Them skinny jeans with the patches on them, with the vertical lines, and with the different textures and shit.
Why
you know what I'm talking about?
What you mean? Like
yeah.
The rib?
The ribs.
Yeah, I'm tired of those.
Ribs. Like the condom.
because at this point, those been in style for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, that's why we should leave them in 2019.
Like 2016, 2019 era. Like
this is the last time they should be in style.
Like, in the 20s, it shouldn't be a thing in the 20s.
Yeah, this is the last year.
We're into the 20s, y'all.
Hey, y'all jump in these comments real quick. Let us know what you know, and we'll backtrack to the fashion business. We're about to go ahead and move to a different segment, but that's not on the fashion. We got a lot of music trends. I want y'all to think about what music is doing right now, what we here for, what we ain't. What we leaving in 2019 music wise. What's up?
Are we leaving in 2019? We leaving prescription pill addiction in 2019, rappers. RIP Juice WRLD. We leaving prescription pill addiction. The Oxycontin,
and you know what? I'm gonna be bars. Like this. How about this? Even though we talking about music, as a black community, we can stop capping, putting a cap in our rap and making it like the opioid crisis is just in the white community, and going on and realize that Percocets, Molly's, you name whatever pill y'all want to talk about, you know what I'm saying? It's also in our community as well. And we got people that's addicted to it, that's flashing out on people being irrational, they becoming bipolar, they becoming depressed, they become, you know what I'm saying? And I think that we need to address this, you feel me? And it's in our music so tough that literally it's like almost sometimes I feel like, damn, is you really like that? Or you feel like it's cool and trendy to do? As a matter of fact, me having to question that in the music, that's what we should leave that in 2019. In terms of, is you doing this for a trend, or is you really like depressed and you're going through something?
Yeah.
And in terms of music, it is, to me, it's starting to get a little trendy.
You said it's getting
a little
more trendy.
It's starting to get more trendy.
Yeah, man. It's like it's different. You feel me? It's a different phenomenon from like what the type of music that came out of the crack era. It's less violent, but it's more self-destructive. You know what I mean? Like it's more of a, because it's a fun thing, it's a party thing, but it's like the outcome of it. I mean, and then you know what, like Juice WRLD shit, like that was just like some crazy shit. Like that nigga,
to me, Juice WRLD is that emo black hippie music.
But what happened to him is that, you know, he popped all that shit trying to hide him from the damn police.
Yeah.
Or allegedly. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's some different shit. But that's the one thing I would say for sure. Like, leave that shit in 2019, man. Like, Just go back to smoking weed. What happened to the good like weed rappers? You feel me? Like niggas like I don't look at Lil
Yeah,
Yachty
Wiz
as a
Khalifa.
weed rapper.
Wiz Khalifa can't compete with, you know what I'm saying?
Man, and it's crazy that Wiz Khalifa had one good fucking mixtape. Or I ain't gonna say one good mixtape. He reached his pinnacle with Kush and OJ, and that nigga been on the he been trash to me ever since. But we just need a good Method Man, Red Man type duo. You feel me? Like somebody, yeah, some cool smoke shit. Yeah.
What can we leave? What else can we leave in 2019?
It would be nice if we can leave auto tune, but that's a lot. It ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen.
I give up.
It's a feature of the craft now.
Niggas been complaining about auto tune for 10 years. That shit ain't going nowhere.
There was a whole song called "Death of Said Auto Tune" by the J and the Z, and it went nowhere. It was a great song though. I want to leave fake singing in 2019 and the glorification of like people who really can't sing. And I want.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Put a name on it.
What?
Don't
Address it.
I wasn't gonna say nobody's name.
I'm telling you to say somebody's name.
I just don't like these old whispery, or at least giving more shine to people who really out here singing their asses off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think R&B is like a craft, is like a dominant lane, is like something that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so wild to me. And here's why I say it: like the crossover capacity and like the long-standing cultural capacity. Because you can see a group of, and especially me, I see it out here all the time. White people, Asians, Latinos singing like the 90s R&B hits, like they know it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the shit they bang with. Like, hey, that's in they soul. Like a whole bunch of other shit. Like they old standards for them. And none of the R&B that's out right now, like, is gonna function like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just gonna be a big ass gap in history where baby making music, love music, connection music is just dead as shit. And it's just so wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, this music's so temporary. Part of it is responsibility. George, you might want to check the comments. Part of it has the music industry in general. And how
that means them Jackie's braids could stay in 2019 too, George.
Hey, leave me and Jacquees out of this.
He said, "Leave me and the king out of it." Man,
leave me and Jacquees out of this, man.
Hey, keep him. He can stay. It technically, in terms of what I'm saying, he can sit right where he is. But I do, and maybe I'm just, you know what I'm scared of, y'all, and what I'm really willing to admit though.
What's it?
I'm old, man.
Man. We like our, you know, because you know what you realize. You realize that as old niggas, like your taste gets set in stone.
Yeah,
what
man.
you like is
Dr.
what you
Dancey,
like.
Man. Dr. Dancey. That 4275 album by Jacquees was hot, man. You tripping?
Man, stop it, George.
But no, I also sometimes I don't think I'm tripping though, because y'all know I sit on Twitter, y'all know I sit on social media and kind of take some things in, and a lot of people be like, I want that 90s R&B back where it's at. So it's not even like I think an age thing, like it's just a desire for, you know what I'm saying, some oven, you know, stove culture, and niggas been microwaving and nuking the genre for so long. It's just like,
well, you know what we can.
Comments, right?
It's crazy because they've been underappreciating people who've been putting out music.
Well, you know what? You know, we can look at it like this. We gonna leave rappers trying to be singers and singers trying to be rappers in 2019.
No, not really.
Nigga, do what you good at, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got signed for.
But what you good at is such, and I don't disagree. I just think back to niggas who we like. We still sung along with them. We giggled at Nelly. You know what I'm saying? We giggled at them niggas like this nigga sing rap like for real. But it was a space for it. So I think that's just also a part of the craft now. Do what you good at, but
I don't want to hate on niggas like A Boogie with the hoodie, because he actually make good music. Like A Boogie with the hoodie and the nigga from Ray Shrimmer.
Hey, I feel like Roddy Ricch do the same thing.
Roddy Ricch. I just think that's just how that nigga rap. I think that's it.
No, he sing.
No, he don't. He rap.
Y'all consider that singing?
Some of his
sing rap.
Just him rapping though.
I've never heard him rap. Like I always thought this is how he rap.
Die for one.
Yeah, I feel like it's like some niggas just rap like that. Like Nelly just rap like that. You feel me? Like some niggas is their voice. Like some niggas rap, that's their voice, and then other niggas like they don't sound nothing like how they rap.
Hey, Roddy Rich though. Hey, that's what's in though. You feel me? Because Roddy Rich though, he got some hits. You feel me?
Yeah.
Roddy Rich new album, hot.
That nigga was singing. Nelly was singing on that Kelly Rowland song.
Roddy Rich gonna have a big 2020.
Probably.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I mean, so, like I said, some niggas, you know, some niggas kind of.
Yes, Dr.
Some
Vance,
niggas.
what the R&B group said. Like, that's the question that needs to be answered. Also, what happened? Why we don't like groups no more? Why the niggas can't click up?
Why? Like, all right, I'll make it simple. We got enough True Hollywood stories. We got enough Omarions. We got enough Beyonces. We got enough Justin Timberlakes. You feel me? The thing about it is, we know how boy bands turn out. You start out as a boy band. Y'all niggas is best friends. You grow up. You mature. And then one nigga get famous and the rest of y'all do TV shows.
People like Boys to Men, like at their peak, they were grown ass men singing their asses off. Like,
yeah, but see, they broke up too.
You said what?
And that's the thing. In groups where one singer, like if the solo artist can't really blow up, the rest of the group is fucked.
That don't mean they still got their shit together. Like also,
yeah,
like they 26 split. Like, hey,
you see what happened to TGT?
They can do it. You feel me?
You see what happened to Tank, Genuine, and
Migos can stay
Tyrese?
together, man. People can do it. R&B groups can stay together, man.
Nah, they can't.
Man. Really made, like, I watched a random like kind of montage video, and they really have been kind of arguably some of the artists of the decade. Like, they was running a little chunk of this thing. Like before Cardi kind of started to outshine Offset, and it was just Migos thing, and it was like Migos kind of read some shit from the time I was in grad school, which was 20 before I went to grad school. They probably was on their third, fourth hit by then. So cool, 2012, I'll call it, when I graduated from undergrad.
Yeah, Bad and Bougie put them niggas in the stratosphere.
Yeah, like it changed everything.
It's a whole nother level.
I've been out here a little bit the last 10 years, like, or so.
Yeah, I mean, because it's like they pretty much became the new. It took Future spot because Future was running shit for
people. He was
for a little bit.
That word.
But I'm trying to think in terms of music. It's what are the trends? What I like to 25 song albums. Leave that shit in 2019. 25 songs. Leave that shit in 2019. Fuck the bullshit. We don't, nigga. Listen. 25 songs. Stop. Chris Brown. I feel you, bro. Drake. I feel you, bro. But I didn't listen to neither one of them albums to the extent in which I would have typically listened to them hoes, for the simple fact that them shit was too fucking long.
I want the singing kind of unattractive groups of the 90s, goddamn it.
Period.
Yeah, all them niggas is funny looking, but they be getting down like a motherfucker. But it's like you can't, out of 25 songs, how many was good? You know what I'm saying? On Scorpion.
And then how many was you not enough, and he didn't line them up back to back enough, because I'm sure like, I'm not listening to the rest of this to find another good song. And
out of like 30 songs, how many on Chris Brown's? Out of 50 songs over the course of 2 albums with Chris Brown. I mean, it's like, come on, bro.
I heard how many it was and refused to listen. So there was that.
Come on, bro.
But hey, so in and
I
out.
I got one more. As much as we appreciate music from the 90s, we can no longer let niggas like DJ Khaled create a whole album off of nostalgia. This nigga had a whole album of samples.
That's what
samples. Shit. Tory Lane shit.
Yeah, that's
overusing samples. Overusing samples for the whole shit. Leave that shit in 2019. Get creative, motherfucker. Goddamn.
Can I ask a clarification question?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this implicating your boy Bruno as well? Are we done letting him kind of
that was all original music though. Them was nostalgia. It was similar melodies. The melodies was similar because it was the niggas that the album was meant to be. Yeah, nah, that's a whole nother conversation.
Can we leave that? Can we stop?
That's a whole nother conversation. And we can bring Drew Hill back, but them niggas is on tour with New Edition.
chocolate.
They on tour with New Edition and SWV.
All right, we got shit. Let's slide to film and TV, what can we take? What can we leave? I'm thinking streaming. I'm thinking movies. I'm thinking just all of that lumping together. Film and TV, the shit that we watch.
Can we bring back Underground? Like, you know what I'm saying? From WGN Underground with it was like,
Nah,
man,
keep that shit in the year that they canceled that shit. I'm tired of slave. I'm tired of slave shit. Keep the slave shit where it's at.
Man, talk about it. Let's do it.
Shit. For me, the overly dramatic motherfucking TV shows. The This Is Us. Can we leave This Is Us in 2019? Can some happy shit start happening to people?
This Is Us is a happy show.
When nigga talking me there, like show point to the episode. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't undercut with a motherfucker getting cancer or some shit.
the episode Kate gets married, man, or the episode
what happened at the end of it? Somebody disappeared, somebody died.
Cut it out, Damo.
All that new shit Tyler Perry created for BET. Hell yeah, Dr. Nancy. Let's please leave that shit into it. Like, matter of fact, hey, Tyler Perry whole contract with BET, whatever relationship they got, let's leave that in 2019. Like,
I don't think what I don't understand is how BET keeps swinging and missing. Like
because they owned by white people.
Network.
Yeah, we can leave BET in 2019.
Oh, you know what I'm saying?
All of BET, goddamn it.
We can leave 20. We can leave BET.
Oh man.
But listen, Wayne say leave Netflix originals. They accept anything.
Facts. But hey, I don't know if y'all seen the name of it. It's called like it's a show on Netflix with one of the Maori twins. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, I seen it.
So leave that shit. I mean, the thing about it is, I never want to like talk bad about black. You know what I'm saying? Work and black artists and what they do.
I seen the Christmas episode with my wife. It was pretty good.
Nigga, have you seen any other episode other than the Christmas episode?
No.
Listen, go back and watch the first episode. It's terrible.
My thing is, as a business model though, I bang with it. Because think about it. Netflix been in business and ahead of the streaming game and ahead of the just video availability game for years ahead, right? So they got, and then on top of the innovations to take off of the streaming industry, more money. So at this point, they have the money, and I think one of the things their business model is dependent on, because they was the first streaming service to come up with original content, is to keep cranking shit out, and they got so much money to crank so much shit out and take pilots up and just create a season or something that they could just see what sticks. And if it sticks, they got their next big hit. You know what I'm saying? Like they got the money to fill. And
we got some controversy in the chat though, tell you.
Oh shit. Okay.
Dr. Dancy said.
Before we get to the controversy, shout out to my little brother Sheed. You know what I'm saying? Show love.
Sheedy, my nigga.
Chop up the best shit out. So
RP Nip.
Appreciate that, little brother.
Appreciate
it. Dr. Dancy just made the comment that y'all can believe Queen and Slim. Ooh.
All right.
I mean,
I can lightweight agree with that.
Yeah,
I can lightweight agree with that.
I mean, I feel like it was a cool movie. Me and Faith went to watch the movie. It was a cool movie, but I feel like the overall sentiment of it into like what it is, like prove a point. Like y'all better stop trying to appeal to particular, you know what I'm saying, comfort zones and desires, because they don't care.
Yeah, you know what?
I want to know what your reasons are for why you want to leave it specifically. Like just for the sake of conversation, I think that.
I thought it was a good film, but me getting the big picture, I never put like Dr. Dancy getting that. I get it. Like, yeah.
I think thematically, it is a good film. I think, and contextually, socially, it's a terrible film. I think it's tone deaf in some ways. I think it's risky and fails at those risks in other ways. I think it's lazy in other ways. I literally, do y'all know 85% of the dialogue in there is one line, very simple statements, like somebody like very, it's like it's kind of like when you watch bounced across the screen. I was just like, this is horribly written. Like, cinematically, it's beautiful. People are beautiful. Casting is great. All of those things are true about it. A lot of people mad that like actors like Daniel Kaluuya get to come and play like, because he's about to come up with another movie role or whatever of like black American people, and you know, Africans come over like, and I think that's so stupid because they are killing these roles left and right, and it's enough space for everybody to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
he
like,
doing his thing, so I don't even know how niggas is hating on that.
I think that shit is dope. So like the score for the film is dope. All of those things are true, but I think it's just a bad movie. Like,
Because you know what else we need to leave in 2019?
so weird.
Black tragedies. Leave it in 2019.
What? Why?
Because we need to be able to tell stories outside of. Look, there we go. I need more creative imaginations for Black futures. We there, Dr. Dancy. We there, and that's why we need to leave. We need to leave like the Black tragedy in the past, because it's too much of how we shape the stories that we tell. Right, like what people loved about Black Panther, even though it was still kind of, you know what I'm saying, tragic. What people loved about Black Panther is what it imagined. You feel me? And some shit that gets slept on, the spook that set by the spook that set by the door. You feel me? Niggas don't understand at the end of that shit, them niggas took over the city. You feel me? So it's like niggas, there are stories that we can be telling that put us on top. Like that's the way that it worked. The art don't just reflect the culture, it also predicts the future of it. You feel me? And so it's like we can take opportunities.
But I think even in your example though,
here come this dramatic ass nigga. He loved that shit. Go ahead, bro.
This guy right here. Here go Damo with his sanitizing romanticization of reality. Like, you know what? Let's not live in reality. Let's not.
It ain't a question about living in reality. Nigga, it's TV. It's not reality, nigga. It's not real.
Even in your example of the Black Panther, the Killmonger represented everything that you saying. You know what I'm saying? So you should leave behind. On top of that, the beginning narrative of Black Panther starts off with the tragedy of the slave movement, with slavery, and why Wakanda didn't do nothing with it. So miss me with your sanitization and romanticization.
But this ain't even about no sanitization and romanticization.
No, that's what you're doing. That's what
no, it ain't, because that's the relation. Bro, all that does is just reflect the current relationship. First of all, like that's not something that's nigga point. That is the relationship with Africans and Black people. The meta conversation is why y'all didn't do nothing. You feel me? So it ain't a romantic. Hold on. It ain't a romanticization. But what it showed was a different, a Afro-futuristic perspective, not one of just sticks and stones and, you know what I'm saying, and genocide and AIDS and rape, but a story.
Do we need to roll back the tape? Did you say leave
nigga? See, that's why I said that's see. We need to leave. We need to leave niggas like George.
2019.
That's not the point. That's not the point, though.
Is that what you said?
I said we need to leave in terms of film. We need to leave the Black tragedies in 2019.
I disagree.
I know you do, because you soak that shit up. You sit there and you embrace this.
Killmonger was in your film.
What are you talking about? He was a
Black
part
Panther
of it.
Was nothing without Killmonger. And everything you saying,
yeah, because it's the antagonist and the protagonist. You're not saying nothing, nigga. You're not saying nothing.
Killmonger made your movie, and you saying what you saying. Leaving
Killmonger, Killmonger didn't make the. Killmonger didn't make the movie, bro. Killmonger didn't make the movie, bro. You feel me?
People decide.
How come?
But I mean, because there were more elements. Like, again, this nigga talking about Killmonger, but the elements of seeing a futuristic Africa, what if? You feel me? Because to an extent, it wasn't the story of Black people. T'Challa's an African. You feel me? And it was like, this is the relationship.
Out to everybody in East Oakland.
What is this, bro? Think about the story as it was. You feel me, nigga? And that's the problem. Why we need to leave. We need to leave.
What was East Oakland?
We need to leave the idea of just the tragedy. Hold on, we need to leave the idea of just the tragedy alone.
It's never just a tragedy.
Focus on that's the tragedy. I mean, because that's the antagonist. Because that's how you create an antagonist. That's how you create an antagonist. You feel me? You build it from the tragedy. I mean, that was the purpose of the story.
So why are you trying
But
to
the
boil
story
stories
wasn't
down to
just the
be?
tragedy. What that is?
I don't know why stories got to be tragedy. Listen, I don't know why things get boiled down to just being tragedy.
Because that's all it is. It's drama. You feel me? It's niggas soaking in trauma. Like we so traumatized, we entertained by trauma. We bask in trauma. We sit there like we can engage in it so much because we desensitized to it. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? We soak ourselves up in the shit that
Damn.
we kind of like shit. This is it. Like this wild shit happening to any other people. Why you think white people love The Wire the way that they did? Because they was like, oh my god, this is crazy. But niggas is like, oh, this shit is dope. This life. This what shit look like. You feel me? It's a different embrace. But then you look at if you look at why they think the like shit like The Wire is so like just so great or whatever, because that shit end tragically. All them niggas end up replacing the bag. Like they started out as kids, then they just became the niggas that was the new niggas on the block. It was the tragic aspect of the tragic story of The Wire that niggas embrace so much when we got opportunities to tell stuff. Think about it like this. How'd y'all feel about the end of Get Out?
George's audio went out. I haven't seen Get Out in so long. What was the ending of Get Out? How did it end?
After he killed all them white people, the police pulled up and it was his partner. It was the actual police.
Oh yeah. Right. Yeah. What's the dude's name?
Back on.
I know.
Yeah, Trail.
Hey, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we get you.
Right,
Yeah,
cool.
we got. But yeah, okay. So
what happened? I had an Amber Alert.
Yeah, I seen it. Hey, but what you think about the ending of Get Out though, George?
When dude pulled up, thought it was
right. He just got
Hollywood shit, some Hollywood movie shit.
But it was a Hollywood movie. Like it was a Hollywood movie. What are you talking about? I mean, nigga, did you watch? Were you watching Get Out? Were you watching Get Out, nigga, thinking you was watching a documentary?
No, but it doesn't take away from my characterization of it being some fake Hollywood shit.
It's a movie, George. Of course, it's fake Hollywood shit. It was a movie about white people putting their brains in black people's bodies.
You asked me my response. You asked me. I gave you my response. You feel me?
But again, though, I think like whatever the characterization that you putting on it. It don't make sense in the context of the fact that we talk about a Hollywood movies. Like that's why I say it's that realism that really you focused on that realistic aspect of I want to see this trauma and be like, ooh, that shit could really happen.
Leave that shit in 2019. I don't want to see. That's a fallacious assumption, my guy. That's a fallacious assumption, my guy. I don't want to see trauma. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to like.
But you have an opportunity to choose that.
I thought
when you watch something,
Panther was a great film. I thought the Great Panther was a great film. I thought Get Out was a great film, and I think that both of these films are centered around tragedy of blackness. And I think that for you to say
tragedy of blackness is a theme. I'm saying when we talk about the theme, yeah,
my point exactly, nigga.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the way that the story develops and how it concludes. Like too often, our stories end in
listen, I don't know what you said when my microphone was cut off, but that little slick shit you saying, you keep on saying right here, nigga. I ain't finna let that shit slide. So this little slick shit you talking about in terms of
what else was I saying?
Trauma. I don't know what you said. So whatever you said, cause the same energy you got right now.
Yeah.
Keep on bringing that shit right home, bald head, man. I got.
I'm trying to give you opportunity to clarify yourself by getting your ass. So go ahead.
Run that shit.
Any other takes? We're gonna put a pin in that take for a second.
Nah.
I got time for Damo's fallacious bald head assumptions and characterizations about.
No, it's not fallacious.
And about
we
tragedy.
choose like what,
and then the movies that he's picking. Get Out. The movie Get Out. It's about niggas and how niggas get bought and sold. Literally, that's the theme of the movie.
That's what I'm
trying
the
movie Black Panther that he choosing is literally centered around.
Yeah.
Niggas in Oakland and how them niggas don't get to be situated don't get themselves in the future.
Yeah. Okay. So you got it out, right? You got it out.
I love his bald head patronizing ass right now. I got time for it. In 2020, Niggas like you, I'm eating y'all lunch all year.
Can I
I'm coming up on niggas like Damo all year.
Can I
Hey,
talk?
On niggas like Damo all year.
Go ahead. I'll go ahead. Chime in.
Because my thing is in the culture, Lord have mercy, he's showing the tattoo.
Yeah.
He's ready.
Yeah.
It's say conscious right there.
Yeah.
That's how I feel
It's
about
said
it.
right there. All 2020 on niggas like Damo head.
That's how impressed I am.
Okay.
See that?
I don't know what's happening right now.
I got time. I got time for this energy. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Toya. I'm sorry, Toya, but this patronizing idea that niggas like to be victims, like trauma, like all that shit. I'm eating all that shit. I like it.
Yeah. You do
Give
because
it to me.
that's what you do. You consume it. You sit there and I ain't gonna do it. Go ahead, Toya, chime in. Chime in.
Are you sure?
Yeah, go ahead, chime in.
I'm gonna participate real quick.
Mhm.
All I was going to contribute is that in the time and day that we're in, the culture of the think piece
Mhm.
really allowed for us to allow some of the first people who jumped into the conversation to shape our perception of what the film is, whether it be in jest from people on our news feeds to people who are writing the whole ass stories and articles and shit like that that drop in our shit that give us notions of that. Jordan Peele ain't never say this movie is about X, Y, and Z. What's the nigga's name that directed Black Panther?
Kruger.
Right.
Yes. Brian Coogler never said this is what Black Panther's about. These are all
It's always left up to the interpreter.
And the thing that the profitability of it is sticking an appendage and sticking a tentacle into some social shit so that it's enticing enough for you to come see it. But it has to suspend reality. It has to leave important shit out of the story. It has to, like the same shit Dr. Dancy was talking about, forcing us to empathize with a Black kid for after shooting a kind police officer as a way to support a good bad apple narrative about police, right? Like the whole kind of way that whole situation was set up in Queen and Slim was for cinematic brilliance. It was not to like bring any type of consciousness or logic or understanding how that shit plays out. And that's the plot twist that they have so that they're not socially responsible for how people respond to the shit. It stays art that way. You know what I'm saying? And so we can't.
And that's the ending to Get Out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
literally ending to Get Out. What you explain? That's the ending to Get Out.
Like,
but it's not. What happened at the end to Get Out?
She comped to it. Lena Waithe told us Queen and Slim was a superhero movie. You know what I'm saying? They are able to.
It's a superhero movie to end to Get Out. A Black person comes and saves his friend from killing a Black woman, and they get away and get the soul out into the night. Come on, man.
Yeah. Hold on. And then what happened at the end of Queen and Slim? What happened at the end of Queen and Slim?
Queen and Slim. At the end of Queen and Slim, Queen and Slim both get killed.
Yeah.
Okay. So which one is more? Which one do you prefer? Which ending do you prefer watching a movie?
I like all those endings.
I'm saying, which one do you prefer?
Which one do I prefer? I guess it depends on my mood. As you see, I'm a very temperamental guy. So whatever mood I'm sitting in.
All right, so let me make it simple for you. Would you prefer a movie where a Black person put in a fucked up situation and end up surviving that fucked up situation, or do you prefer a movie where it's a Black person put in a situation and then they end up getting killed at the end of that situation? Which one of those movies would you prefer?
I think I would prefer watching movies that have a lot of different endings.
You're very articulate and slick in how you like to phrase things.
Literally, I don't like to watch the same movie over and over again. I do not like. I don't like to watch the same movie over. I don't like to watch a movie A over and over again. I don't like to watch B movie over and over again.
I didn't ask you the frequency of which.
Damo, listen, I'm not none of them simps you've been dealing with on YouTube that you can give me these little pigeonhole ass questions.
So I'll ask you. Would you
prefer, man? Don't come at me like that, man.
Would you prefer a movie where a Black person fucked up situation and lives at the end of that situation, or where they get put in a fucked up situation and they die at the end of that situation? Which one of those movies would you prefer?
You want what I might not give you, because
come on, man.
So to a conversation I think that we were having last week about like the desire we have to move past certain narratives and cling on to certain ones, which historicize like real trauma and real struggle.
Come on, Damo. Come on, Baldhead. Bring that ass in here. Don't get dismissed for condescending. No. Bring that ass in here, nigga. Come on. Bring that ass in here, bro. We got 6 minutes left. Bring that ass in here, nigga. Come on.
I
Bring
do
that energy in here,
think
bro.
that we need to have
Lean
all
in.
of those representations. I think clinging to a world where niggas live in the end kind of creates this vision of post-raciality. I've used this phrase before. I think it can be unpacked and contextualized this time.
Don't look, don't Chucky Ducky quack quack. Don't look like that now.
I'm not making this argument wholesale. I'm just saying the same, but I don't know. I think niggas would call movies fake if everything had a happy ending to it and nothing wild happened and everybody lived and everybody went home. Like I don't think that's a level of authenticity.
You don't want to see movie A over and over again.
It's the reason why niggas. It's the reason we argue. I mean, and I think if this is true, which what I'm about to say is this is true is in connection with your trauma argument. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's why niggas still listen to hip hop the way that they do. The way that gangster rap took off is because niggas like to have that feeling of damn, I seen that, I heard that, I felt that shit. So it's always gonna be a level of it of authenticity that people gonna want with their art. And so to diverge from that too far, it's just like it will be peculiar and not true to form in terms of being a method of storytelling that speaks the truth, the truth of people's lives that's coming to take in.
I want to see a nigga to get caught and a nigga to get killed. I want to see a nigga to go to jail and a nigga to get away.
Okay, and see, and this is the point, and it's the point that y'all missing is that if you pay attention to the art, there's an over proliferation of one and not enough of the other.
I don't disagree. That's why I said
right, and so that's why we need to move more in a direction. We got enough of that. The movie of the nigga getting killed, we got enough of them. That's my point. There's an over proliferation of those.
And Black Panther. Killmonger, like to me, I feel like what you're saying is just non-unique. To me, what you're saying to me seem like is niggas accuse me of playing vocabulary, you know what I'm saying, games. I think you just literally engaging in like semantics.
It's not semantics, bro. It's very nuanced. What I'm saying is very nuanced. And the simple fact that
2-minute
warning. We about to move on to the next thing. Wrap it up.
Hold on. I say that, like, for example, and Queen and Slim is a perfect example. The reason why I wasn't excited about that movie is because I already knew how it ended. Period. You didn't need to watch the movie to know. You know what I'm saying? All you had to do is know the concept, and you know how that movie ends. That's the problem. We don't have the fantasy of like, oh shit, what's it going, like, how is this shit gonna turn out? Like some niggas accidentally kill a cop and they on the run. They don't get to fucking Mexico. like that ain't how this shit work. So what I'm saying is the over proliferation of the tragic story involving Black people need to get left in 2019. Our imaginations in 2020 and how we tell stories and what those stories look like and how those stories conclude, we need to check. We need to be more outside of the box, more broad. You know what I'm saying? Apply more of our imagination to how these stories end and stop focusing on just the death of niggas at the end of these dramatic ass stories. Period. We can move on.
Closing thoughts.
I guess I could try to end it with just a quote from my nigga Dr. Dancy and making them. I feel like it's a permutation. I feel like it's kind of what Damo was saying, but it's definitely what I'm saying. Preston Anderson said something that reminded me of this. Melania Starkis, of course I'm saying her name wrong, director of Queen and Slim, said she made the movie so white people would empathize with the condition of Black life. After all, the re-traumatizing and dashing of hopes and movie does the Golden Globes Award voters refuse to even watch the film. Stop trying to make moral appeals to people that do not have moral conscience. There is no hope for us there. Let our art give us the Blackness we deserve. And I think that when it comes to us creating art, we should create art that all Black people want to see. And I think that all Black people want to see different things.
That's
movie
fine.
A, movie
That's fine,
B,
bro.
and movie C. And
That's
I think
fine.
that when it comes to what you're talking about, I think that
Queen and Slim wasn't different though.
Yeah, whatever. Agreed. Like agree. That's
my point.
Literally what I just read. It's literally what I just read. That's literally.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. You said you made the argument that what I said was non-unique.
That's why I read what I read. Remember, I said permutation. Man, you know, you debate, my nigga. You debate, so you know what that means. You know what that means, Damo. I read what I read and I said what I said. This is what I'm ending now.
And how do niggas feel about permutations? So yeah, how do niggas feel about perms?
Listen, man. Listen, man. Listen. In 2019, in my mind, I think the better thing of what Damo was trying to say is let's stop trying to appeal to white people. And I think that the proliferation of movies in terms of trying to appeal to, in terms of tragedy, They always try to make it where the tragedy humanizes Black life. And I think that we can leave that in 2019. So when it comes to consciously and any content that I'm creating or anything I'm sending on the chop up, I understand that you think that me talking about trauma or victimization is a way that I'm trying to appeal Black life to people that don't care about Black life. When in actuality, I'm trying to get under people to understand how they wounds and how they trauma is going through and understand the liberation of language that I had with me being able to understand how I'm positioned in the world. So when I'm talking about how crazy the world is, that's not for you to get up in the morning and cry and say, woe is me, I'm traumatized, I'm a victim. That's for you to be able to navigate the world as a victim and be able to say, I got this shit. You feel me?
And that's the that on that. Couple more segments of what we trying to leave in 2019, and I'm done. Politics. What we leaving? Like what did we see?
I think all three of us agree on this. The knee-jerk reactions and celebrations of things that you just seeing on the surface and you ain't really took time to go and really see what's going on. I'm really sad that I've seen so many people celebrating this impeachment. Like Trump is about to leave office, and I was like, man, you really lost in the sauce of liberalism, and you lost in the sauce of what's going on in the media, and you really can't think for yourself, I bet.
Yeah.
That way.
Yeah, I think that's the best way. That's you know what I'm saying. Doing research, like if people like bro, like I mean, because if you get all your news from the media and like that's it, that's where you leave it, right? You really have no nerve to get mad that you haven't been told everything. It ain't their job to tell you everything. It's their job to tell you
like some Christmas impeachment thing trending on Twitter, like Christmas impeachments or some shit like that. It was something like, y'all is wilding right now. Y'all finna have some messed up New Year's or something.
Yeah. Nigga, do some research.
Like,
we're gonna leave like we're gonna leave.
Hey, into anybody but Trump. Lead that in 2019 on some debate shit. That's a horrible strategy. Horrible strategy. Yeah. Anybody but Trump. That's not. That's not a strategy.
We kind of tossing shit at the wall at this point.
And I don't even remember dude's name.
It's politics though. Leave it out. To me, the reason why we throwing it out the wall, we throwing shit out because people we recognizing the shit. So we saying leave that in 2019.
Yeah.
One of the I kept hearing this today in the debates, and I specifically heard it from this white dude. I don't know, one of the dudes who I'm not familiar with, whatever. But the nigga was like, like his answer to somebody that were like senator or whatever the fuck his name was. What's your answer today? I think we can all agree that our primary goal is, and I was like, okay, what is he about to say? Like, what's the Democrats like unifying goal? Because the Republicans and conservatives have theirs, right? It's the fucking economy, right? That's what they get to talk about. You just said that. This nigga said our unifying goal is to beat Donald Trump. Nigga, how?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. See, Damo, that's the reason why we gotta keep on repeating that, fam.
Like, this is the logic is just ridiculous. Your only goal is Donald Trump. That means just any of y'all. Just as long as we vote for you niggas.
On some wrestling shit, they having a Royal Rumble. They're having a Royal Rumble, and it's not the best man win. It's who has the most endurance.
Barbed wire from over here. They got with a table getting set up over here. Somebody finna fly off the top bars. It's chaos.
Yeah, and Trump is the last person in the Royal Rumble. So by the time Trump get in there, everybody else tired.
It's like
I mean, you know, and this is what I've been telling.
Like when you play by the time you get to the last boss, your fingers cramp, you tired.
Yeah, it's time to chill. But you know what? It's also what Dr. Dancy said. Politicians co-opting Dr. King's legacy. Leave that shit in 2019. Like, hey, white liberal.
Seen somebody on TikTok did that. A conservative did it did X and they did King, and I was like,
you bold. You a bold mother boy. You a.
Is Cory Booker in the race? I have an advantage.
Who?
Cory Booker.
Yeah, he's still in the race right now.
He's still in the. I mean, it ain't looking good for him though. He wasn't on the debate stage. He ain't. He had the money, but he didn't. He's not polling high enough.
So to be on this debate tonight, you had to have what?
The poll numbers and a certain amount of money.
Yeah, you had to be like in a certain percentage in polling, and then you had to fundraise a certain amount.
So because he wasn't on the stage tonight, should we probably say he's dropping out?
Maybe
he ain't gonna lie. He ain't gonna be able to keep raising the money that he raising, and his profile and his numbers. Because It's all about electability.
So
Cory Book ass gonna get left in 2019. Let's be for real. Especially with Deval Patrick, Obama homeboy possibly running. Or I mean, not possibly. He in the race.
hey, I feel like listen up, Democrats, listen up, liberals, listen up, all my liberal homies and everything. Listen. So between us three, who is the top 3 candidates for Democrats right now?
Well, first let me say this. Let's leave 20 motherfucking candidates. Let's leave that in 2019.
I'm about to make it easy for us. When you say the 3, we agree on this 3. Everybody else left in 2019. That's why I'm asking you, what 3 can we? Because I feel like it's like, come on.
Yeah. And then let me see.
What we got? Warren, we got Biden, and we got who? Because it's just like we got to be practical with who this gonna be the last 2 people.
Yeah. Warren, Biden.
So it's not about who you like. It's my honest. Buttigieg or Yang in 3. Buttigieg or Yang. Is Yang really that? Like,
I think it might be Papa. I think he gonna slide in.
Sanders?
Yeah.
Buddy Sanders?
Yeah. Y'all don't think Papa gonna get in there?
Yeah, I think he'll be the last 3. So I think everybody else should go on and call it a day, man. Like if y'all really want everybody between everybody but Trump,
I think
put some of that energy.
He's gonna make it. I think.
No, the 3, man. That's it.
Ready.
And then last thing I say is, listen, in 2019, if y'all putting this election on Joe Biden, we finna sound it for 4 more years of Trump.
Nigga.
Just keeping it. Just
you never know, man. You never know. Niggas didn't think. Cause
I guess so, man. But I don't. Hey, listen. I feel like niggas is suspect of Uncle Joe.
You can be, but shit, you most suspect of Uncle Joe than Donald Trump.
But that lesser.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like.
So I guess anybody but Trump, motherfucker. Like, nah.
Speaking of, Dr. Dan said anybody but Trump strategy will backfire. It actually emboldens his base and doesn't answer Trump's emerging position of "you may not like me, but you need me." I can see this appealing to people even beyond the Trump base.
Because to me, it's like I read the AF and the neg was anything but the AF.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, what is your advantages? What is your disadvantage?
Hey, isn't that
do you have
that's just a counter plan?
I don't even know what you call that, bro. Like, I don't even know. Like,
I mean, I think there's an argument that exists called vague alt bad.
Right?
The very like I don't.
It's like, fam, anything but the AF. That's what you saying. Anything but the ass. Vote neg for anything but the ass.
Hey, we leaving not voting in 2019.
I'm down with that. Whatever. I can dig that.
What?
This is
a chop up exclusive.
All ways you can do it.
This is a chop up exclusive.
We had this conversation last year for the midterms when I was talking about if you gotta go to if you're gonna get policed in your community.
And might as well determine who
and literally the sheriff is gonna run the county jail where you going.
Yeah.
Even if you think, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm willing to think about and or debate anybody on the consistencies of what I talk about anti-blackness and me being like, but shit, niggas still probably should, you know what I'm saying? If you know you're gonna get killed, at least pick the way you're gonna get killed. If you're gonna get locked up, at least be able to pick the way you get locked up.
It's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. It's a fucked up way to live life. It's a strategy. Shit. But so that's politics.
Hey, battle of the bullet.
Battle of the bullet like a motherfucker.
I got a strategy, my nigga.
Yeah. Hey, and our ignorance of impeachment is being left in 2019. Motherfuckers, y'all, enough niggas done cleared this shit up that you motherfuckers shouldn't be so goddamn.
You're gonna wake up in the morning and you're gonna see people on the timeline still celebrating the impeachment.
Yeah, but I don't pay attention to white liberals. So yeah. Toya, what's the last category?
What lastly can we leave behind? Is there any social media issue?
Hey, I know the last thing I'm gonna say. What you can leave in 2019 is whatever you did at the beginning of 2019, let it go. whatever you did in 2019 for your New Year's resolution, and you stopped it, like next year, keep it going. So leave the bullshit alone.
Well, that's inspirational, George.
Hey, I think I'm gonna actually go ahead and put a pin in the topic. I think we talked about a lot of shit we can leave. We even weaved in some shit we can take into 2020. So, listen, make some decisions. I think Lee made a solid, comment about making decisions about what you're trying to take in, what you're trying to. What's one thing I think? Let's share one thing individually we're trying to take into 2020. What's one thing you're trying to make sure makes it?
You go first, Toya. What are you trying to take into 2020?
I don't know. I think I have a lot of new and old dreams and desires, like kind of some new stuff that I ain't really done before, and I'm kind of scary about it and not really sure about it. But I'm trying to take a shot, and so I want to keep that same kind of little energy and spark I got right now into 2020 and execute.
Speaking of, as your registered agent for your company, I did receive your stamps. By the way, so yes, ma'am.
We'll talk.
I will make sure you get those.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm just trying to take some of this energy I got, some of this vision I got into 2020 and really make something happen with it, because I'm in a place and ready to do some shit. So it's time.
Hey,
George.
I think that for me, man, waking up every day, figuring out how to be victorious, put some muscle in my hustle, and put some more, spread in my brand. You feel me? That's really what it's about. You know what I'm saying? And really, I know that how I'm interpreted on some real shit, and I feel like I'm taking a certain energy in next year on it. When it comes to being interpreted on some victimization shit, I'm really gonna show people a distinction between a victor and a victim. And I'm going to let people know George Lee Consciously, don't forget to leave GeorgeLeeSpeaks.com, is a fucking victor. Ain't nothing victimized about me, baby.
This nigga Snoop Dogg
That's it.
Yes, hey, straight up. Young Lion.
Yeah, I swear that's it.
Let him know.
Son.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody in Bryan, Texas. Shout out to everybody on the west side. Y'all know I learned from the west, the best on the west. And y'all know how I'm coming, man. I didn't make it out through what I made it out of my hood to let nobody come around on some weird shit. You feel me? As a grown man, you feel me? Shout out to everybody that bullied me on the west side. Shout out to everybody that bullied me on the east side. I appreciate y'all, man, because now, man.
Hey, yeah, especially them conservatives on TikTok.
Hey, I'm about to hit 100K. And I'm talking to everybody around the world right now. Shout out to all my followers in the UK. Shout out to all my followers in Australia. Shout out to everybody in Switzerland. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be in Germany pretty soon. Shout out to everybody, man. Real talk. I'm talking about the conscious leaders coming, and we taking I'm coming for everything y'all said I couldn't have. It's the energy I'm bringing on my mama. On my kids and my wife. That's what I say I'm coming. And I'm showing y'all how I'm doing it the way I get. So when I get to where I'm going, y'all can't say I ain't show y'all. I've been telling y'all every time. I'm giving y'all updates. I'm about to hit 100K in 4 months. I'm talking about people hitting me up. I ain't never think as many people hitting me up. I want this to be inspiration. This victor, not victim. Victor. Victory is mine. It's been a chop up. Victory today is mine. It's been a chop up. It's been 2019. The chop up.
Hold on, I ain't did mine yet.
Damo, what you got for this dude, right?
You know what I want to take in 2020. I don't know. George just kind of did a lot, so I feel like anything I gotta say. Actually, I'm joining George social media class, so
right.
all the shit that he just said, I'm like hopping on that nigga bandwagon real quick, and I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, scoop up the TikTok leftovers on the side. You feel me? And get it how you live. Yeah.
Get it how you live, man.
Yeah. Yeah. But nah. It's I'm trying to go. I'm trying to embrace this this social media concept more so than I have in the past. Kind of let myself nigga buttoned up. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really. You see all the shit George just did. I ain't that type of nigga. I'm a little more, measured.
I'm from the hip. I'm
You feel
passionate
me?
with it. It is what it
But
is.
I'm trying to embrace more that's more this sporadic, just kind of do shit, get it out there. You feel me? Embracing, opening up, and letting kind of more of myself show more than I have in the past. Kind of put that shy shit to the side and just kind of like put myself out there. You feel me? So I ain't George just did a lot, but I'm like kind of in that energy lane. You
Man,
feel me?
this the energy, this the
It's the
mindset I'm
same
taking
gas.
in.
We on the
Listen,
same gas. You
I
could say
like
that
this
much.
balance. I like to balance my family in life
Yeah,
and where I'm trying to get to in other places in life, and it's
yeah,
over for everything else.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I'm on that. I'm on that gas. I'm on that same gas. Yeah.
We out here trying to make some shit happen. It's the last show of 2019. Hopefully, y'all got some of that same energy as y'all walk away, thinking about what's good and what's next. I ain't never been the one to say, you got to make a New Year's resolution. But if you do, write it down, stick it somewhere, put it on a mirror, put it in your phone, take a
Tattoo
shot of it. Shit. I ain't gonna say get it tatted, but get it we can do some shit. I
Don't
fuck
get it. Don't get it.
please, baby. I got a whole tweet pretty soon. Y'all stay tuned for that. That'll be some new shit. I actually get tatted. But that's beside the point. I hope y'all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year and a Happy Kwanzaa and a
Yeah,
Happy
you go. You better put that in there.
and a
Talking about some starting with a Merry Christmas.
Friday. Chiefs finna beat the Bears on Sunday. It's a beautiful situation.
Straight up.
Man, y'all knew y'all was gonna say playoffs.
Cowboys about to
I
lose
don't
to
want
the
to talk about
Eagles.
it. Shut up.
Cowboys about to lose to the Eagles. Hey, but it's been real, man. Hey, it's been a great year. It's probably the most episodes. It's probably the most episodes that we didn't did. Like niggas was consistent. You feel me? Like I said, we had a lot of.
We had a lot, definitely.
Yeah, we had a lot of ups and downs. We figured out a lot of shit. Yeah. The show evolved a lot in a year. You know what I'm saying? So imagine
we coming though. We coming though. The chop up is coming. Don't sleep on us. I promise, don't sleep on us.
Yeah,
but
man.
If you sleep though, you feel me? Sometimes you can woke up and sometimes you can get left sleep too. You get to choose.
And if all else fails, George has 100,000 followers. So, so we'll find somebody to utilize that. But anyway, go ahead and close this out to you.
Hey,
this has been
Be Easy. This has been the Chop Up.
It's been a chop up. Been a chop up. Yeah.